Alright, leaving Grand Marais, Blazer EV SS, so heading back to Deerwood. Starting out, resetting trip 2, so we'll be able to see how the trip goes, but just heading up the hill here, leaving Grand Marais. Alright, we have this one gem here. It's a 25 kilowatt DC fast charger. I think it uses AC power. Wait, that's CHAdeMO, we don't want that. Obviously, we're not CHAdeMO. Thought it looked a little funny, so what it's doing. If it's doing anything. And it is. Hey puppies. So we're getting a free 23 kilowatt speed DC fast charging on the route. Gas at the time. Prices. So anyways, yeah, we'll sit here. We just have to stop and grab something out of the gas station there. Just ATM and stuff, so, but might as well get a free charge while we're doing it. Alright, ready to head out. So we're just there for a few minutes and we added a whopping 2%, but hey, it's free. Part of a long line of people heading back south again. So we're just doing 56 and stuff, and we're going to be making a stop in Silver Bay. I got to pick up something there that we found on Facebook Marketplace, and then another stop, Knife River. Of course, that's going to be past the charging stop in Two Harbors and stuff. So, but the trip is going pretty well. I'm not using Super Cruise right now on the way down and stuff. I could, but it's just kind of nice to have feel the road in your hands. So, hey Google. What is the wind right now?
In Little Marais, the wind is currently coming from the southwest at 14 miles per hour.
So we've got a bit of a headwind too, so that's kind of affecting efficiency, showing 1.1 miles per kilowatt hour towing. But again, that just seems kind of consistent across the board, because I've towed with Silverado EV, the Blazer EV here SS, the Equinox EV, and when towing a trailer of any kind of wind resistance or mass, it always seems to be with the GM vehicles, at least on what it reads, 1.1 miles per kilowatt hour. So it really kind of comes down to the battery size when you're dealing with that and how often you have to stop. So we're typically stopping, 50, 80 miles, but with this vehicle we could do about 130 between stops if we absolutely had to tow in this particular trailer. So our first little side trip here. Welcome home. We're not staying. Anyways, it's at 41% of the battery so far, and we're still on our way to Two Harbors after the stop. How are you two doing, huh? Stopping? Where's he going? Where's he going? He's coming back. He's coming back. Don't worry, he's not leaving you. Alright, so now we're gonna go to search. There. So, and that's where we're gonna charge.
On Banks Boulevard toward Chase Lane.
So 40% so far. So this is vehicle status. We've gone 55 1.4 miles, 1.1 miles per kilowatt hour so far. We started heading down with 83%, so 55 miles. So we've used 43% of the battery towing to go 55.4 miles. So we will update when we start charging. Still heading towards Two Harbors here. Super Cruise handling the towing just fine. So it's taking the corner here. Traffic's still a little bit backed up, but that's not too bad. I mean, it's a little slow. But everything's all copacetic. Alright. Going up through another tunnel here. Just in rock layers. Super Cruise handling the tunnel just fine. Making our way back up to our favorite Tesla charger, at least coming up the North Shore, because it's just so easy to get to. And that's a neat store to stop in there.
Take the next right, then your destination will be on the left.
A little squeaking in the back.
Your destination is on the left.
Yes, I see that. Just grabbing the adapter here. So we're at 21%. We left with 82%. And we went 85 miles, averaging 1.1 miles per kilowatt hour. So that's not too bad. So 85 miles using, what, 62% of the battery and stuff, so towing a trailer. So alright, did the handshake, and we're just going to charge to 80%. So it said it should take about 35 minutes, so that's not too bad. 20 to 80. I mean, obviously like Hyundai could do a lot faster than that. So let's see what it starts pulling in here. $70. And the thing with GM vehicles that I've noticed, if it's below 20%, it's really not that quick. It's like you have to get the battery voltage up. So, and then when you go above 120 or 100 and above 20%, then it can ramp up a little bit more. So I'll check on this to see after it gets maybe above 30% if it starts charging faster then, because I've seen as high as 183 kilowatt speed at this particular charger. So puppy's always happy to get out of the vehicle. All right, do your business, do something. Ah, good girl. I'll have to go get some rags. All right, here's the hitch setup that I've got and stuff. And here's the braking mechanism. It's called auto brake, and it takes the 7-pin connector, and it allows the trailer itself to do the braking. So it just takes the power from the battery or the car and stuff, and when you slow down, it starts applying the trailer brake, so you don't need a 7-pin actually on the vehicle. So coming out of the Blazer is just a 4-pin goes to a 7-pin adapter, and the auto brake handles the trailer brakes, the electric brakes on there, so that makes it work out pretty good. So a little squeaking in the wall area there. So. A little windy out there today, though. You can kind of tell the headwind that we've got we're going into. So. But the AC on with the dogs in there, and it's kind of just a nice casual trip. Alright, charged up to 80%, and it slowed down quite a bit, down to 50 kilowatts at 80, but we had 3 other cars charged. Actually, we do 3 other cars charging here, so I'm not sure how many chargers are on each transformer over there. So, but we'll head out. Stop charge. Okay. All right, we're heading up that 6 to 6.5% grade, towing a trailer. So it's the Blazer EV SS, pulling 74 kilowatts. We're going to move over because we got some slow traffic. So we're just doing 56 going up the hill. We don't need to stress anything, but 91 kilowatts. So we're beating a Toyota Yaris. I don't know if that's an accomplishment or not, but we're doing it, so we'll take it. Anyways, but yeah, 6 to 6.5% grade, just towing, and it does fine. The Blazer EV SS, they state that you shouldn't be towing anything with it, but to be honest, I can't really think of a better vehicle of this kind of size that you would want to tow with, because it's got the bigger batteries, it's got the bigger motors, and it's got the stiffer suspension to be able to handle a trailer and stuff. And you should never assume, but I'm assuming it's got better cooling too to handle the performance of the 615 horsepower that you do not want to use while towing a trailer, or you might not have a rear end on your car anymore. So, but anyways, yeah, Super Cruise, just handling the corners just fine, going up a hill, coming out of Duluth. So, and there's an ICE car on the side of the road, broken down. That is not us. Made it to Black Bear Casino, to the Tesla stations here. He's going to get ready to hook up. So we've gone 133.7 miles at 1.1 miles per kilowatt hour. We left with 81%. We've got 43% here, so that's 38% of the battery used. And prior we used 62% of the battery. So 62 and 38 is basically 100% of the battery. Allowed us to go 134 miles towing with 100% worth of the battery. So we are ramping up here at 43%. See what we get. Looks like it's doing better. There's no other Teslas or vehicles here. Let me turn the AC off, see if that even does anything, but didn't seem to do anything last time. But ramping up to 172, 71, so now it's starting to go back down again. So, all right, we will charge up to probably 80% again and head home. So another 20 minutes this time. So 50 minutes of charging to basically drive 200 miles. All right, for those that are watching our videos, not drive these routes, but you're gonna know them as if you've been driving them. So, anyways, see Luna up in there. Luna, I got some water for you, Luna. Anyways, I was in the casino, so I picked up some water for the puppies. Like this. Hey puppies. Hi, have some water. Look at that. No good? You don't care for water, huh? Maybe a little bit? Okay. Alright, well we'll throw it out then. Alright, I'm just gonna check on the hitch bolts real quick. Just kind of a little bit of a maintenance. I hope this shows what's going on here. We are just going to check those out. So, just want to make sure they're tight. This is a 3/4 inch. That's tight. That's tight, and I'll check the other side, but I kept this thing off here just so I could look under there and make sure everything was copacetic. That looks good. Not warm or anything. Otherwise it would be heated up if it was stretching or anything, so. Check the bolts on this side too. Let's see here, try this way. That's good. Feels tight. Both of those tight on that side as well. So good. Alright, charged up to 80%, so we're gonna hit stop. That's all we need to do. And vehicle status. So we'll head out and we'll keep the timer, whatever mileage ticker going. Cybertruck pulled up there. Wondering what the heck we're doing, because we're towing with a vehicle that probably shouldn't tow. Probably actually have the same mileage that thing does towing. 133 miles or 34 miles per 100% of the battery, so I can't imagine the Cybertruck would do better than that. Maybe it would. Hey Google, what is 134 divided by 1.1?
134 divided by 1.1 is approximately 121.82.
Alright, so on that last, I guess, 2 stretches where we did 133.7 or 134 miles and used up the equivalent of 100% of the battery, because there was 62% and then 38%, so that's 100% of the battery. That would give this car 123 kilowatt hour battery. So either it's not reading right at 1.1 miles per kilowatt hour, or this thing has a much bigger battery than what GM is stating it has. So I'm kind of leaning towards something in the middle, that it's bigger than what they're stating and that it's getting a better efficiency than 1.1 miles per kilowatt hour. So, and there's the train. Made it back. Final numbers here, looks like 210 miles total. Still showing 1.1 miles per kilowatt hour used. Made it back 16% battery. Left the last place at 80. So that's 64% of the battery. So we're looking at, for a 210 mile trip, 64% of the battery to do 210 miles towing this trailer. So earlier it's like 122, 123 miles on a charge, a full battery charge, basically pulling this trailer. So that would be akin to like a Cybertruck towing, but they'd be towing a bigger trailer than this, you know, probably a 5,000 pound trailer and stuff. So, but it's getting similar range for what this is towing compared to what a Cybertruck would probably tow. So that's interesting. So anyways, yeah, so we'll put it back down to 80 and stuff. But yeah, it was a good trip. 24 miles left. So I'll get this plugged in and we will charge some more. Turn the vehicles off. The geese over there. Hey guys, girls actually, 2 girls. So that was the trip.